Hey guys, we're here to unbox a new knife to the house. It's a knife by Dalstrong. Dalstrong's a pretty well-known brand, I believe based out of Arizona. And this is part of their Gladiator series. You can see that on the box here. And the Gladiator series is designed to be a more affordable line of chef quality knives, something professional that somebody would use in a professional kitchen, but yet something that we can afford to use here at home. This is called the Crixus. And the Crixus is designed to be kind of a hybrid between a cleaver and a chef's knife. So we're gonna unbox it, see what's in here, and see what they've sent for us here. So very nice box, very nice presentation. Again, this is the 8-inch version. They do make a 12-inch version, which I imagine is huge. I can't imagine trying to use anything more than this version that we have. Let's see here, that made it difficult. There we go. All right, so very nice box. A little bit of promotional material here, which is great. A little bit more information about their Gladiator series, and it looks like they also have maybe some information about their other series as well, if you want to become a Dalstrong fan. All right, this is interesting. So this is like a little pin. It says Gladiator series on it and Dalstrong at the bottom. And I guess that's one of those things, maybe if you're a Dalstrong fan and you're a chef, you might wear on your chef's coat or your apron or something like that. That's pretty neat. And then we get down to the actual knife. Now, the unique thing about this knife is there's always this discussion about what's better, German steel or Japanese or Asian steel. And this is a combination of both. So what you have with Japanese steel is you have a harder product with more carbon. And so that carbon is gonna make the blade stronger, but can also chip or break. And not just in a way that the knife falls apart, but in a way that the blade would actually chip and break, required to be sharpened over time. The German steel is a little bit less carbon, so it's a little bit softer. So the idea is that you can get a more consistent edge, but you might have to edge it more often. So that's the difference in between the two. This is a hybrid because it uses German steel that's been imported to Asia and then made there with Asian craftsmanship. So let me show you what that looks like. There's the blade itself. You can see it's got the classic hole like a cleaver, but it's more the size of an 8-inch chef knife. Now the unique thing about, with Japanese knives or Asian knives, what you get most often is the tang, which is the part that extends into the handle. Most of the time the tang is tapered or even non-existent. And what that does is it puts more weight to the front of the knife. And that's the way a lot of Asian cooks like to use for chopping, is they want the weight near the front of the knife. This has more of a German styling, so it has a full tang that extends all the way through the handle. And it actually includes part of this little base down here. So what that does is it creates the weight to be right in the middle, right where the handle meets the blade. The other difference is a lot of people prefer this area where the blade meets the handle is called the bolster. And if you have a knife at home, you might look at it and see that it's a little bit more tapered. In other words, it's a little bit more thick right here where the blade starts. Some people like that thickness to grab onto when they're using the knife. I kind of like this thin part. I like the way there's a nice transition between the blade and the handle. And again, it's very balanced from handle to blade. It is very sharp. Tell you what, back up a little bit, George. I'm gonna grab this piece of paper and we're gonna see if the sharpness measures up. Yeah, you can see there, it just goes right through the paper with one stroke, boom. And that's right out of the box. That's not being sharpened at all. Didn't put an edge on it at all. So we're gonna put it through its paces a little bit here just to kind of see what it might do. Now, what I like about this is, like a chef's knife, it's got a nice little curve, which gives you that rocking motion whenever you're doing a lot of chopping. But yet the blade might be good enough to go through quite a bit of stuff. So with just a little bit of celery here, we'll see, you can see that rocking motion. Just goes right through. It can chop pretty fine. See that little sliver that you can almost see through. With a cucumber, I mean, it goes right through like that. And then of course you can chop very fine pieces, very delicate pieces, or you can move really fast. You can see how those line up there. And then this is a piece of Italian dry salami, pretty hard. So let's just see what it takes to go through. I'm just going to give it a stroke from back to front and see what it does. Oh yeah, like butter. See that it goes right through there. And then of course you can make smaller slices with it as well. Look how delicate that is. So pretty big knife, pretty big heft, but a lot of precision in it. And I think that's because of the balance, the way it feels in the hand, and of course the nice edge that's on there with the German soft steel with a nice edge. So we're going to enjoy this knife looking. I hope you enjoy it as well. This is the Crixus, is what they call it. It is part of their Gladiator series, and apparently they have a lot more in this series, including a big knife block with steak knives and all the kitchen blades that you would need. So hope you enjoy the opening of this knife, and you might check it out for yourself. Have a good night.